Prisonniers contre le mur! Allez, dépêchez-vous! Vite, vite! Allez! Allez, monsieur, dépêchez-vous! Vite! Allez! Mais non.
You're making a mistake. English? For God's sake, man, tell them I wasn't one of you.
We have all said that. They don't listen. The group was betrayed. We failed. Others will take our place.
Royalists?
Be glad, English. You can die for something.
Peloton d'exécution! Rassemblez! Attention! Citoyens soldats! Monte aux ennemis de la République! Chargez vos fusils! Visez! Halte là! Ces gens ne tirez pas! Bien sûr, monsieur. On passe le pont! On passe le pont! Bien sûr. Excusez-moi, monsieur, mais c'est pas ma faute. Oui, pardon.
You will wish, no doubt, to apologize for wasting the good breakfast I had for you 5 days ago, Captain Poldark.
How did you know?
Oh, in this place, when an acquaintance fails to appear, one makes inquiries.
Peloton d'exécution! Rassemblez!
I owe you my life.
Then I share the honor with your ship's captain and your man. They came to see me and told me what you were about.
Where are they?
They sailed yesterday. They were forced to.
Did they know I was imprisoned?
Only that you were missing.
God. They would have told my wife, and she's pregnant.
Then you should not have come, sir.
How did you manage it?
Oh, I've been trading in Roscoff for 12 years now, Captain Poldark. And I would have been a dead man long since, but for certain papers I have safely lodged in Paris. You see, our friend the commissaire has been feathering his nest in the name of the revolution, and I have the proof in those papers. And he's very well aware that if I lose my head, he will lose his very soon after, and occasionally can be persuaded to do me a favor, as he did today.
Well, you know my business, would he?
No. A little at a time.
Visez! Fire!
If you are to survive in this country, Captain Poldark, you must steel yourself. You'll see worse sights than that, I promise you.
My man is imprisoned at Fort Batten. I need a map of northern Brittany.
Come back with me.
Miss Caroline Penvan be here, Mrs.
Thank you, Prudy. Caroline, have been waiting.
No. Oh, you barely show. How long is it?
6 weeks.
Are you well?
Yes.
And Jeremy, how is he?
Well, he has his little ailments, but... Your uncle?
Oh, Still no change. He simply won't allow himself to die.
'Tis no wonder you're so thin.
Is there any news?
No.
Well, surely the ship can make another crossing.
Drencrum won't go.
And Namfam, hasn't he got any clue to Ross's
None.
whereabouts? Oh, to Melsa, I'm sorry.
So am I. Doesn't help Ross.
If I could pay someone to go and
Money won't get him back.
Ross away 3 weeks. And you carrying his child. I know how you must feel.
Do you?
You must hate me, Demelsa.
Oh, not you. It's Ross I hate for leaving me like this. Oh, what's the use? Your man's missing, so is mine. We're two in the same boat, you and me. Oh, Demelsa. Caroline. Oh. It was nothing to do with you. It was a need in him. Oh, it was wrong of me to be bitter. I should have known it was all part of being Mrs. Ross Poldark, for better or for worse.
I was going to surprise you. Then I thought of our friend here. Thought better of it.
Oh, you.
How is he?
She?
It?
Oh, heavy.
You're not a bit bigger.
Well, I feel enormous. Oh, Ross, what happened? 3 weeks.
Well, Corsan's ship was driven into Roscoff by a storm. I got away in her.
But before that, I know nothing.
Oh, I had a look around. I'll tell you later. Dwight's alive.
Oh, thank God.
I love, I'm starving.
Caroline was here. You must ride over and tell her.
I tell you, I'm starving. I'm weary and saddle sore, and you turn me out of the house in the dark.
I'll get you some food before you go. Oh, what's that?
I said I'd bring a toy for Jeremy.
Oh, you fool.
I saw Dwight.
You saw him? They left
From a
you.
distance. It was all I could do.
Caroline would be so happy.
If I told her what I saw, she wouldn't be. He looked as if he was dying on his feet.
You won't tell her that.
No.
Oh, Ross. What are we going to do about Dwight?
What can we do? Try to get him ransomed.
If we can't? Ross,
That food, my love.
I don't like what you're thinking.
And what is that?
That you can't just let him die. You want to go out there again.
Don't worry. I'm home now. And Dwight's alive. That's the important thing.
Drake!
Quiet, lad.
It's all right. There's no one about. I thought you'd never come.
I've never been this way before.
It's ages since I've seen you.
How's Miss Morwenna?
When Papa was alive, this pond was full of lovely toads.
Your mother and Mr. Warleggan gone a churro?
Yes. They weren't ordinary toads. Aunt Agatha says they were huge, and they had yellow stripes, and they went ever so loud.
You'll be going soon, I reckon.
Uncle George had all the toads killed. It's ornamental now, he says.
And Miss Morwenna.
Aunt Agatha was terribly upset when they killed all the toads. Come on, I'll show you the house.
Oh, no, Master Geoffrey, that's not safe.
It is
You just
safe.
take these to Miss Morwenna.
It is safe. There's no one there, except Morwenna. Come on. This way.
Geoffrey.
Isn't it dark? Wait a minute.
Geoffrey!
Drake,
Miss Morwenna, I never... But the boy...
you mustn't stay here.
I
picked these for you.
Oh, they're beautiful.
They was in the wood where we first met. Do you remember?
I remember.
I'll mind that day all my life.
I wonder if it was a good thing.
What do you mean? It was like no other I ever known.
Perhaps it has been wrong of us to meet.
I know I have no right, no proper right. But I'll never own 'twas wrong.
There is no right or wrong in this world. Just what they allow.
Look what I've got. Hello, Morwenna. I'm showing Drake the house.
You mustn't, Geoffrey.
Wenna, the servants are all drunk.
I think Drake should go now.
I say you shall not. He is my guest, and I'm the man of this house. Come on. Come along, I say. You too, Morwenna. These are all my ancestors. See this one? This is Anna Maria Shenwood, who married the first Poldark. This is my great uncle Joshua, the boy, and this is his dog. And this is my grandmother.
When will I see you again? I gotta see you again.
There were lots more. But Uncle George had them all cleared away.
Oh.
As he had the toads cleared away from the ponds.
I better...
Those toads drove him mad. Come along, I'll show you my secret room. Well, come on, or I'll yell and someone will hear. It's never used. I play here.
Geoffrey, I think we should go down.
Be quiet. My aunt's in the next room. She's not as deaf as she seems. Oh, God's life, now we're in trouble. Have you got any tinder, Drake?
No.
We'd better go.
No, I'll get a light.
Write to me when you're gone.
No.
Are you cold, Morwenna?
No.
I thought you shrammed.
Don't, Drake.
You can't go away from me like this.
I wasn't long, was I?
Have you thought what we're to do with your cousin Morwenna?
Do? She's coming here tomorrow with Geoffrey Charles.
No, I mean in the long term.
She's happy with us and we with her, are we not?
Indeed. But she was only to be with us for a year. Time is passing.
Well, there's no hurry, surely.
My dear, Geoffrey Charles is also to go back to school in a year.
Oh, she's a good teacher, George. He's making excellent progress with her. Just to yourself tomorrow.
That is not the point, Elizabeth. A boy needs schooling, not a governess. I defer to you because... oh, because my concern is always to please you. But it was for 1 year.
And we are to pack the girl off home.
Well, she need not be sent home. I was thinking along other lines. She is now of marriageable age.
George!
Well, she's of a good family and comely appearance.
Well, in time, yes.
But she has no money, that is it, hmm?
No. Oh, go on.
There are men who would be glad of a young wife. Older men.
But she might prefer a young man.
Or younger men who would be glad to ally themselves with the house of Warleggan.
Well, my dear, that's her affair.
No. Family alliances are a matter for us.
For us, but we're not her parents.
Her mother can do nothing for her. I shall find her a husband, and what is more, provide her with a dowry. After all, she's your cousin.
And you have thoughts as to whom?
Some names, that is all.
Wait, I shall make a list.
You find this amusing?
Oh, I do a little, yes.
Vulgar, perhaps, like the offices on the ground floor of this house which pay for your luxuries.
Oh, George, why are you so sensitive? Well, who is there?
Well, I had considered Sir John Trevornus.
Sir John? He's an old man.
He is 58.
Your other thoughts?
I did think of Sir Hubert Druggan.
Oh, he is the most loathsome lecher.
And you were not like so coarse a person in your family, I realize that.
Thank you. Do, go on.
I think I tire you.
We ought to consider Morwenna's happiness. I could not propose either of these men to the girl.
Very well. There is a younger man, 30 years old, Osborne Whitworth, a clergyman.
But he is married with 2 little girls.
His wife died in childbirth last week.
It's a little soon, is it not?
He'll be sufficiently out of mourning by the end of the month. He has 2 young children and debts, so he must put himself on the market. A dean's daughter should attract him.
You are a remarkable man. But let us not press the child.
There's no haste.
Russ, do you remember a girl called Morwenna?
Elizabeth's cousin.
She was at church when we went last Michaelmas.
Tall girl, spectacles.
That's right. I got news for you. Drake's in love with her.
What? Are you telling me... Demelza.
Judas.
Is it coming on?
No. No, it's only light. Sam told me. Drake has been meeting Geoffrey Charles and so met Morwenna.
This is madness. She's far above his station. Have you spoken to him?
No.
Well, the girl, is she fond of him?
I suspicion so, from what Sam says.
Does Elizabeth know?
Of course not.
Things are bad enough between George and me. Does your brother have to make it worse?
Well, I just thought you should know, that's all.
But what do you want me to do? Dismiss Drake? Send the pair of them away?
Judas, no.
Well, I'm certainly not going to lecture him. He's a grown man. He can take the consequences.
Oh, I just thought he might get across with George and George's gamekeepers.
Serve him right. A pest on your brothers.
Oh!
I'm going to get you to bed, my girl.
No, it's only late. Oh, I'm a lump. Be glad when I've had this baby and back to Say's.
I'll ride over and get the doctor.
Oh, Ross, don't fidget. I'll tell you when. Still won't be much use to you, know, when I've had this baby. Feeding and smelling the milk.
You all do.
Perhaps I'll ask Caroline to oblige. Go on, admit it. You are a bit in love with her.
Not in the way you mean.
And she with you. What's she going to do about Dwight?
Go to London. Ask the Admiralty to get him ransomed.
Can they?
Well, it was easy a few years ago, not now. The whole system's broken down.
So?
Well, she's been helping that French colonel, de Somboy, to raise money and win support in Parliament for an armed landing in Brittany.
Then?
Well, she hopes it may set Dwight free.
And where do you come in? Oh, Judas! Judas!
Demelza! Prudy!
I think you're going to meet your baby daughter
Help
soon.
me get her upstairs.
And then, for God's sake, go and get Dr. Choke.
I baptize thee in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Ghost. Amen.
Proper job.
Will you come and visit us at the house?
That's great. Proper. Clowns. Clowns is for a boy. It's a bad omen.
Tis Clowns, not Clarence. No, best you skeet out your ear hole.
You as well as you can.
You shove that dirt hole in your face and come on.
Dr. Choke, you attend my great-aunt, Agatha Poldark. How is she?
Miss Poldark? Oh, we attended her in the middle of last month. We found a little change. Of course, her condition is one of age, rather...
The family's in Truro. Is she being looked after?
Well, I could not say. But if there were any crisis we should be sent for, I sincerely hope
Thank you for everything, Doctor. I'm worried about Agatha alone in that house. Have a mind to call while I'm so near.
Not today, Ross. You can do without bruises and broken teeth today.
You take the children home. I've nothing to fear from service.
The Harry brothers are there, and that one they call Sid Rouse, and he's meant to be worse.
They can't refuse to let me see my aunt.
Oh, please don't go, Ross.
If Ross must go, then so shall I. I am welcome in that house. No one dare raise a hand if I'm there.
You go back with Demelza.
I refuse. What are you going to do about it?
Why, it's Ross, isn't it?
Aunt!
Demi, you should have told me who it was.
I've been ready, sir. I told Maid to ask you to wait.
It's a good thing I didn't.
This is not your wife, Ross.
This is Miss Caroline Penvennon.
We met at Valentine's christening.
Eh? Eh? Oh, I thought he was whoring again, like when he was young.
I've come to tell you that Demelza's had a little girl. We've named her Clarence.
Oh, a girl, eh? A bud of my little blood.
The air is very bad. Will you not wait downstairs?
You forget I am used to sick rooms.
This room be a midden now that George is away. You're a skulk, Lucy Pipe. Look at it. Not even a proper fire.
Slatin reeks of gin.
Sir, I'll let
Hold
you
your
know...
tongue, slut. Can you hear me, Aunt?
Oh, yes, boy.
You shall come home with us. Our house is not so grand as this, but you'll be with your own people. Come and live with us.
Oh, nay, my boy, nay.
It's not right that you should be among strangers.
Live with you at Nampar. That's what you said.
That's what I said.
Boy, that drawer. The first one. Open it. Give me that. Oh, I was pretty, wasn't I? You, Miss whatever your name is, can you believe this is me? It was painted in this house. A present for your little girl. Nay, 'tis kind and brave of you, but I've lived in this house for 99 years, and no one shall put me out till my pass comes.
'Tis kind and brave of you, Aunt. But think, it's difficult for me to come here when George is home. You can't stay here alone.
Ah, yes, alone. Well, when you're my age, wherever you live, you be alone.
Perhaps, but not lonely also.
All the Poldark's dead except you. There's no one to talk to me. Not half so much alone as I shall be in a year or two.
Then come, now. I'll get a carriage.
I must stay where I belong. Miss Poldark of Benrice. You know why?
Why?
Though I be sick and weary and scrump with the cold, I mean to stay till my 100th birthday next year. And to torment George. Oh, Ross, I real torment him. I do love to get him all riffled up with anger like a ram's cat. He hate me and I hate him.
At least come until George and Elizabeth return.
If I left this house, I'd not live the month. Not even with all your care and your dosey little bud to tend me.
She know where she be well off.
Get off your fat rump and work. I want a good fire in this room, spick and span, do you hear? Or I have Mrs. Warleggan turn you out of the house.
God bless you, boy. And God bless ye, you thin rake of a girl. Back to your children and leave me be.
May I ask what you want, sir?
None of your business.
I did ask polite.
I know you. Sid Rouse. You were underkeeper, were you not, at Trenwith?
My position's improved since them days, sir.
But not your efficiency. I had to wake that slut upstairs. Now you get the servants busy. Look after Miss Poldark.
I need no telling, sir, what to do in this house.
Then do it. I'll be back in a week with a horsewhip. Now out of my way. I give you one more chance.
Door be this way, sir.
You'll not see us out about your business. Quickly. Quickly!
I'm feared for him going to that place. I haven't seen a keeper yet. 'Tis your soul I'm feared for.
Long as I keep my body in one piece.
I fear you've turned away from God to follow after a woman.
Nah, that ain't true.
Your heart's not with us anymore, it's with that girl.
And as you was always saying, God is love.
God is heavenly love.
And be earthly love sinful?
Nay, earthly love between man and woman is not sinful if it be blessed and sanctified by marriage.
But there must be a time before that when you first meet the young girl.
You do know what I mean.
And you do know what I mean, but you'd rather think bad on both of us.
I
never think of her in a bad way, never. I'd been happy just knowing her.
I don't like seeing you bang your head against a wall. You can't marry a girl of her class, and there's an end on it.
Others have, sister has.
That's different. It's the other way round.
Then tell me, who puts love there?
If it be love.
Who puts it there?
God.
Then it don't matter which way round it be.
My dear, let me present the Reverend Osborne Whitworth.
Your admiring servant, ma'am.
Charmed. It was so good of you to come to tea. I was desolated to hear of your bereavement.
Nah, ma'am. Grief itself is vanity. One must put it off.
As I see from your attire.
The outer garment, ma'am. The heart. The heart.
Indeed. Your parish keeps you busy?
One scatters the seed, one scatters and hopes.
Tea.
Oh, and let Miss Morwenna know that tea is served. My wife's cousin, Miss Morwenna Chenoweth. Her father was the late Dean Chenoweth.
A man of repute, sir, a pillar of the establishment.
She's a charming girl, devout as you can imagine.
Indeed.
And cultivated. She devotes herself to the education of our older boy.
It will be a pleasure to meet the daughter of a fellow cleric.
And how are your two little girls?
Bereft, ma'am, utterly bereft.
Children need a mother's care.
I pray nightly that the Lord may send them a comforter.
And a helpmeet for your labors. Here is the young lady. Morwenna, I should like you to meet the Reverend Osborne Whitworth.
Miss Chenoweth, modesty itself, a subject for a painter.
Your new dress becomes you, Morwenna.
Thank you, cousin. It was a surprise to find it on my bed.
A little gift from my wife.
May I, Miss Chenoweth? Privilege of the cloth? Come and sit by me. I'm sure I shall have much in common with Dean Chenoweth's daughter.
Here is Dwight's letter.
Thank you. I'm writing this altogether unsure whether it will reach you or whether the rogue whom I have bribed out of my scanty rations will tear it up. I am safe and not unwell.
Thank God.
Though our treatment has been barbarous, there is no communication with Paris, and the commandant is free to indulge his whims, which are not pleasant. I, at least, have been fortunate in that there is much work for a doctor. I have 2,000 men to care for, packed into this den like herrings in a barrel, riddled with fevers and scrofula caused by bad food and close confinement. My own Caroline, the rest is personal.
He says nothing of parole or exchange?
No. And your trip to London yielded nothing?
No. They were polite at the Admiralty, but quite adamant. They said if a ransom was paid, it would disappear into someone's pocket.
Caroline, your French friend.
The Countess Ambrose?
Yes. How go his plans for the landing?
In Brittany.
Well, they're well advanced. If only the British would take a decision.
Pleasant fellow. Will he be coming this way any time?
Yes, I believe so. Quite soon.
Well, will you send him an invitation for me? I'd like him to dine here with us.
Yes, of course. I'm glad you liked him.
As soon as possible. His enterprise fascinates me.
Thank you for coming, Whitworth. You have been a frequent and, of course, welcome visitor here since Christmas. But I cannot help having remarked your attentions to Miss Chenoweth.
The young lady has been much in my thoughts.
Thank you for being frank. I stand in loco parentis to her.
My intentions are serious.
Quickly to the point. That is how I like to deal.
Man to man. I did not see Miss Chenoweth when I came in.
No, I've sent her and Geoffrey Charles back to Penrice. The boy needs some hard coaching before he leaves for school. You do understand?
Perfectly. Let me continue to be frank.
Please.
The young lady has aroused in my bosom a pure, and I trust, unselfish devotion.
Admirable.
Which one must set aside, however painfully, when one discusses the condition of marriage between gentlefolk.
The settlement.
I understand her father was not a man of means.
No, Mr. Whitworth, I am.
Precisely, Mr. Warleggan.
I'm under no moral obligation. She's not my daughter. But as she's my wife's cousin, I would think it not inappropriate to make some gift. A generous one.
Oh.
£2,000.
But, Mr. Warleggan, the regard I feel for Miss Chenoweth can bloom, I feel sure, into true Christian love, if the seed is tended.
A nice parable.
You must not impute a mercenary motive to me.
Certainly not.
But it would degrade your family for a cousin of your wife's to marry and not be able to maintain the condition of a lady. I have £1,000 in debt.
It is my business to know such facts. 2,000 will leave you in credit.
And that is not enough. If my wife and I were to live in a cramped style, it would reflect on you. I shall need a safe capital of not less than £6,000, allowing for the debt.
My dear Mr. Whitworth, I can get a title for that money.
Then I will not stand in the young lady's way.
You are getting the daughter of a dean and of a noted family. She's devout, healthy, submissive, fond of motherless children. You have too, have you not?
Angels.
She's a good housekeeper, and she is but 18.
It is because of my 2 orphan chicks that I am compelled to ignore my own tender feelings and be practical. Let us say 5,000.
Remember that I act only to please my wife. I need do nothing at all. There are plenty of young men about.
Then I fear I must look elsewhere.
Of course. The choice of a debt-ridden and almost penniless clergyman is limited, but look by all means.
My love for Miss Chenoweth urges me to make yet a further concession. Let us say 4,000.
You appear not to be aware that I closed a mine recently. Business is bad, the war, you know. 2.5 is my limit.
3,000.
2,750.
Plus 250 for repairs to my vicarage.
A man who can bargain is worth his price.
Bless you. I am happy we have come to such an agreeable understanding. Sir, Miss Chenoweth, with true maidenly modesty, has given me no hint of a response. I hope she welcomes the match.
She will, when she is told.
This is the last time I can visit you, Aunt.
Eh?
They won't let me in again. George is coming back.
Shame on him. Says to him. Shite take him.
I'll ask Miss Penvennon to see you.
Oh, Ross boy, I've a thing to say to you before you go. Mind you the 10th of August.
The 10th? Oh, it's your birthday.
It's my 100th. That's what I've been living for. No Poldark ever reached it afore, nor none beyond 90, as far as I know. And now Agatha Poldark's going on for 100. 4 months more, that's all I got to stay. So you think on that.
You'll stay, Aunt, for years.
Oh, nay. But I'm going to have a party.
A party? Does George...
George? Oh, 'twill cost no money to that tight-fisted rogue, no. I've got money, not much, mind you, but enough.
Now, don't get excited.
George can't stop me. 'Twould get all apart the county if he stopped me. I'm going to have all my friends, and I'm going to have the neighbors, all the neighbors, and a big cake. Oh. And you, and your little bud, and the children. I want to see your children before I die.
Of course you will.
So you mind that. Now, mind that day, August the 10th.
Come in, Morwenna. Sit down, my dear. I asked you up here because what I have to say is, well, it's between women. Have you any idea what it is?
No.
The Reverend Osborne Whitworth is calling here tomorrow. Does that enlighten you?
No, Elizabeth.
You are very young. He has asked for your hand in marriage. Mr. Warleggan has agreed to the match. Is that not wonderful news? You must have had some idea. He's a good-looking young man. You'll have an excellent position, and Mr. Warleggan has promised a handsome dowry. Well, does our thought for you displease you, my dear? Oh, come, Morwenna.
I do not care for him.
He cares for you.
How can he? We have talked so little.
It seems words were not needed.
What can he know of me or I of him?
Enough to wish to make you his wife.
I don't want to be his wife.
This has obviously come as a great shock to you.
Do you want to get rid of me?
No, far from it, my dear. But think. Osborne is in holy orders, as your father was.
Does my mother know?
I have written. She will be delighted in a widowed condition without money to settle an elder daughter.
Did you tell her that we loved each other?
I told her that an engagement would be announced shortly.
And if I write and tell her that I don't even like him, will she still be delighted?
My dear, pray think this over before you write and upset your mother. You seem to have a false, romantic idea of marriage.
Is it wrong to want love? Was it false and romantic when you married Francis Poldark? Was not that for love?
When you are young, it is natural to expect romance. But you must accept the guidance of older people.
Was it not for love?
Since you ask, it was. And within a 12-month, it meant nothing to me. Is that what you wanted to hear?
No.
It is time you grew up. I married Mr. Warleggan because it was a sensible thing. It has been much more successful. Marry Osborne Whitworth, and though there seems to be no love, it may grow. That's how it is.
You both mean to be kind. But I can't feel. I can't.
Did you play whist, Miss Morwenna? I had the most extraordinary luck last night. Our opponents held ace-king of hearts and ace of diamonds. My partner and I drew trumps and made 12 tricks between us. Miss Morwenna, the moment I set eyes on you, I was determined to make you my own. In fact, I felt that I was guided to come to tea that afternoon. It was a happy day when Mr. Warleggan assured me my sentiments were returned. You will be my new helpmeet, my wife and the new mother that my little Sarah and Anne need. You'll find the vicarage sadly neglected. There's dry rot and one chimney smokes, but we will soon put that right.
I don't think...
Do not fear me, Miss Chenoweth. I will teach you how to love me.
I haven't any feelings at all.
That is because you are a good woman. Good women are modest. They fear the duties of matrimony. And I love you all the more for it.
No.
We are betrothed. You must not refuse me a chaste salute.
No! Excuse me.
My dear, I am a patient man. Take your time.
I shouldn't have let you in. Geoffrey Charles has cut his ankle badly.
I know.
He's in bed.
Can I go to him?
There's someone with him.
What'd you bring me here for?
I'd better see you out.
Won't you talk a little?
No.
Morwenna, I got a feeling you don't want me to come here no more.
That would be best for both of us.
Why? What's changed? What's changed, Morwenna?
Nothing. We shouldn't see each other, that's all.
And Geoffrey Charles, might he see naught of thee?
He'll go to school. He'll forget.
I won't. And you?
I will.
That ain't true.
Yes, it is. This acquaintance should never have begun. Forgive me. Now go.
I'll go if you look at me when you tell me. These last months I've thought of naught else. Working, eating, sleeping, praying. You've never been absent. You're everything in the world. Sun, moon, day, night. Without you, 'tis nothing. Nothing.
Please, go.
Tell me then. Look at me and tell me to go.
I have told you.
I want to see the truth in your eyes. Look at me.
I can't.
Look at me.
All right. Look. Look.
No, my love, not yet. But we belong to each other, don't we? Say it. We belong to each other.
Did you know that Ross Poldark has been coming here regularly while we've been away?
No.
I've just heard it from Lucy Pipe.
Well, he won't come now we're here.
Is that all you have to say? According to Lucy, he forced his way in, he bullied her, he threatened the other servants, my servants.
My dear.
Yes?
I share your irritation, but we did leave Aunt Agatha unattended.
She has her own maid at my expense.
No, I mean unattended by any relative or friend.
That man has been making free of my house, using it as if it were his own, looking in my desk, I don't doubt.
I detest him, but he would not pry. You must remember, he's been coming to this house since he was a little boy. He regards this as a Poldark house.
A Poldark house?
Even though it is your house.
Listen, what is that?
Curious noise.
Oh, God, this is the last straw. Hey, you there! Fetch me Tom, Harry, Sid Ross, anyone!
I just don't understand, sir.
You cleaned out that lake last year. Why are the frogs there now?
Toads, sir.
Frogs, toads, why are they there now?
Sir, I don't know. We did clear out that lake good and proper, like you said.
You made half a job of it. And now they've bred again.
They didn't go away in the fields, sir. We did hunt them, but it's not possible to find all.
I wonder how many other jobs you've half done. Tell Tom Harry from me I want that lake cleaned out.
Yes, sir.
I want every one of those creatures killed.
There'll be one there, Harry. You get him first. Right, Tom. Yeah. Pull. Wait here. Let's see later.
Give it, lad!
You hear?
Sir, these are not our toads.
Not our toads.
They're not the toads we got rid of last year. Oh, I was puzzled yesterday. I've been talking over with Tom Harry and Zeke Mason. Now, Mason do know all about toads.
Now, what is this nonsense?
Sir, Zeke Mason do say that our yellowback toads was a special breed. Now, he's looked at these, and he do say that these come from the ponds at Maras and Vaux.
Maras and Vaux.
Tom Harry's gone over there himself to make sure.
Are you telling me they've migrated?
Oh, toads be queer creatures, sir, but not that queer. Maras and Vaux be 3 miles away. These have been brought here for your devilment.
Devilment? Who would do such a thing?
Well, it's not for me to say, sir.
Wait outside. Devilment. Elizabeth, we were talking of the devil.
Who?
You remember when we got rid of all the old toads? Agatha Poldark cursed me for it. Said they'd been here as long as the family. Well, she told Ross on one of his visits here.
Oh, that would be too childish.
Oh, would it? Now, pay attention. I want a day and night watch kept on that lake. I'll instruct Tom Harry to take on extra men if need be. You'll need at least 5 men on each turn, understood?
Understood, sir.
I want that man caught.
Yes, sir.
And taught a lesson. He's a trespasser and is to be treated as such.
Trespasser, aye, sir. And if we do catch this trespasser...
If?
When we do catch he... Captain Poldark's a powerful strong man, sir. He might not see it the same way as we.
I pay you to do a job. See that you do it.
I'll never be more one, sir. He's not like to do this by himself.
Dear God, does he fill you with such terror? That man is trespassing on my land and I want him stopped. Do you understand? And let me tell you one other thing. If this trespass continues, you can both look for new employment. Have I made myself clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Drake, please don't go.
Look, there's only a bit of fun. I've been there twice already, haven't seen a living soul. Warleggan got no dogs, he don't like them.
Drake, listen to me.
Look, you're making a noise. I'll be back in an hour.
Drake.
The landing is on. Your government has said yes.
When?
June.
As long as that?
It takes time to prepare. 6,000 soldiers put aboard British transports, enough weapons loaded to arm our supporters, and a British escort fleet to be assembled.
I cannot wait. I'll go myself if I have to.
Impossible. My dear friend, our bridgehead includes the territory of the prison. We will release your friend.
And if you fail? You know, in that prison, they shoot men for being slow to obey an order. A Frenchwoman tried to pass in a bowl of soup. She got a bayonet in the belly. The commandant congratulated the guard that did it. The officers are treated worse than the men. The ruling class, you see.
Savages.
Your countrymen.
My friend, there is evil in all men. War lets it loose. I will tell you something in confidence. Demaresi and I are taking a party of volunteers over 1 week before the main landing. Our task is to organize a force of our supporters to take certain beaches from the rear and assist the landing.
A reception committee.
Come with us.
That's very generous.
We will see you safely ashore, but after that, we will have our hands full. You'll be on your own.
Just put me ashore.
Madame Poldark knows what you intend?
Yes, she accepts it, not gladly.
I must be leaving.
I can't persuade you to stay the night?
No. I must be in Truro by tomorrow morning.
There's a quick way across country. I'll find you a guide.
Captain Poldark.
Sir, I'm sorry to disturb you this late at night. This is the Comte de Somboy, a good friend of mine. I want a guide for him to the shortcut to the Truro Road. Where's Drake?
Not here, Captain, but I know that way. I could take him.
Oh, would you, Sam? I'd be most grateful.
Captain.
Yes.
Oh, it's nothing.
Well, out with it, man.
It's Drake.
What about him?
I'm afeard for him.
Why? Where is he?
It might all be foolishness, and I shouldn't really tell you, but... I begged him not to go.
Fool. If they catch him, they'll break his neck.
I'll go after him.
You escort the Comte de Somboy to the Truro Road. I'll look after Drake.